Good evening, judges. My name is Nikita Nimmagadda.
And my name is Swadha Mishra.
We are from Middleton High School in Tampa, Florida.
Let's dive in. MP Materials owns and operates Mountain Pass in California, the only commercially scaled rare earth mine in North America. Founded by James Litinsky, MP produces NdPr oxide, which is used in high-performance permanent magnets for EV motors, wind turbines, robotics, and in defense systems. The company is also committed to conserving biodiversity, recycling water, and minimizing emissions.
As of February 19th, 2026, the stock trades at $57.90 with a $10 billion market cap and an enterprise value of $8.8 billion. The 52-week range is $18.64 to $100.25. The company is currently reporting a net loss, but as we'll show you, this valuation is entirely forward-looking.
We rate MP Materials as a buy with a 12-month price target of $80, representing approximately 22 to 27% upside from today's price. Our thesis rests on three pillars. Firstly, MP is a government-backed monopoly. The Department of Defense has designated MP a protected national asset, and it is the only mining company in all of the US with a guaranteed NdPr price floor, providing downside insurance no other competitor can come close to replicating. Second, the geopolitical dynamic is a structural tailwind. As China tightens rare earth export control, the MP's value rises, and this has bipartisan political support, making the policy environment durable.
Third, blue chip customer lock-in. MP signed a 10-year, $500 million deal with Apple and General Motors to supply domestically produced magnets from recycled material, locking in long-term revenue visibility.
This price chart tells a story. From 2021 through most of 2024, MP drifted downward alongside falling rare earth prices. Then, as we can see, in late 2024 into 2025, volume spikes and the stock breaks out sharply. That inflection aligns directly with the Department of Defense's contract announcement and growing recognition of MP's vertical integration strategy.
The market is beginning to reprice this company, not as a commodity miner, but as a strategic industrial asset. And MP's 5-year performance has now converged with the broader S&P 1500. MP's competitive moat is structural and difficult to replicate. There is zero direct domestic competition. Permitting a new rare earth mine takes over a decade, and environmental compliance costs are substantial.
NdPr magnets are the strongest permanent magnets commercially available, with no comparable substitute. Globally, China Northern Rare Earth Group dominates production, and Lynas in Australia is the largest non-Chinese producer. But neither offers the domestic US supply chain security or the DoD alignment that MP uniquely provides.
Our first catalyst is the launch of MP's heavy rare earth separation facility at Mount Pass, targeted for fall 2026. By refining dysprosium and terbium domestically, MP moves significantly up the value chain.
The company has already stockpiled over 200 metric tons of SEG plus feedstock containing roughly 4% dysprosium and terbium, positioning it to generate higher margin separated products as soon as the facility comes online, directly expanding margins.
Our second catalyst is the Apple Magnet Partnership, a $500 million long-term agreement to supply Apple with rare earth magnets made in the US from recycled material. To fulfill this contract, MP is doubling magnet production capacity to 2,000 metric tons at its Fort Worth, Texas facility.
This is a genuine revenue step change, shifting MP from a raw concentrate producer to a finished magnet supplier for one of the world's most valuable companies.
Our third and most transformational catalyst is the 10X facility, MP's second domestic magnet plant designed to reach 10,000 metric tons per year by 2028.
The company's own offtake framework projects 255 to 400 million in annual EBITDA at scale, with the DoD receiving a share above certain thresholds. The facility is financially backed up by a full capital stack, which partially mitigates execution risk.
Here are three key risks to flag. First, MP is not yet consistently profitable. The bull case requires multiple large initiatives to execute simultaneously and on schedule. Second, heavy rare earth metals like dysprosium and terbium remain almost entirely sourced from China, and that dependency persists until MP's separation facility is fully operational.
Third, the 10X facility carries real execution risk. Delays, cost overruns, or shifts in congressional funding could all pressure the stock. The DoD agreement compresses downside but does not eliminate these risks.
First, on environment. MP operates on an existing site, avoiding new land conservation, and has invested in water recycling systems. Operating under California and federal standards raises costs but lowers legal and shutdown risks versus foreign producers.
Socially, MP supports domestic employment under OSHA standards and offers the supply chain traceability increasingly required by EV manufacturers and defense contractors.
On governance, the Department of Defense alignment adds a national security dimension that few industrial companies can claim, reinforcing long-term institutional support.
AI contributes to NP's demand story in two key ways. Directly, AI accelerates robotics deployment across manufacturing and logistics, and advanced robots rely heavily on NdPr permanent magnets, including in cooling systems for both robotic systems and the data centers that power AI workloads.
Indirectly, AI's enormous energy consumption drives investment in renewable energy infrastructure and grid upgrades. Both major consumers of rare earth magnets, AI is often framed as a software revolution, but in reality, it intensifies hardware demand upstream, right where MP operates.
Our $80 price target is supported by two methods. A 20x forward EV to revenue multiple on 2027 projections and a 15x forward EBITDA multiple on normalized earnings, both pointing to a $75 to $85 range. MP currently trades at roughly 41 times price to sales and 40 times EV to revenue.
That is not cheap, but the premium reflects what the company is positioned to earn as domestic rare earth demand scales, not what it earns today. The Department of Defense backing and long-term customer contracts provide a meaningful valuation floor that traditionally commodity miners simply do not have.
MP Materials is not a periodic mining trade. It is a strategic U.S. supply chain asset positioned at the center of electrification, automation, and national security realignment. The Department of Defense agreement, the Apple partnership, and the 10X facility together transform MP from a price-sensitive miner into a strategically backed industrial platform with improving earnings visible. We reiterate our buy rating with a 12-month price target of $80.
Thank you.
We appreciate your time.